What's up, Switch fans? Welcome back to SwitchTop, your home for everything Nintendo Switch. Today, we're looking ahead at the most exciting upcoming games that should be on every Switch owner's radar. From anticipated sequels to surprising new IPs, these are the titles that have us counting down the days until release. Let's jump right into our top 30 upcoming Switch games you absolutely can't miss. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time brings Level 5's beloved RPG series back with an exciting time travel twist. This sequel puts you on a mysterious island where you'll jump between past and present, shaping the future through your actions and history. The game retains the series' signature life system, letting you freely switch between professions like miner, angler, or magician, each with unique gameplay styles and abilities. What has us most excited is the expanded building mechanics, allowing you to construct an entire town from scratch and watch it evolve across different time periods. With the charming art style reminiscent of the original but enhanced for Switch, and the promise of both local and online multiplayer, Fantasy Life I looks to deliver the perfect blend of life sim, RPG, and building game when it arrives. If you missed the original on 3DS, this might be the perfect entry point to the series. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition resurrects the forgotten gem of the Wii U library, bringing Monolith Soft's massive open-world sci-fi RPG to a much larger audience on Switch. Set on the alien planet Mira after Earth's destruction, you'll join the survival effort of humanity as you explore 5 enormous, diverse continents filled with indigenous lifeforms and resources. What separates X from other Xenoblade titles is its focus on exploration, using customizable mechs called skells that transform between humanoid and vehicle forms, letting you traverse land, sea, and sky. This definitive edition promises enhanced visuals, quality of life improvements to the sometimes complex systems, and potentially includes the previously separate DLC content. The game's non-linear approach to storytelling and emphasis on side missions that flesh out your teammates means there's an incredible amount of content to discover. With Monolith Soft's expertise in optimizing for Switch hardware after Xenoblade 3, we're expecting this port to finally give this underrated masterpiece the audience it deserves.
Anytime you need a little extra help, give me a call. I happen to be a pretty competent pilot. That might be a skill you're in the market for.
Azure Striker Gunvolt Trilogy Enhanced brings Inti Creates' high-speed 2D action series to Switch with visual upgrades and all previously released DLC. These games blend Mega Man-inspired level design with anime storytelling and a unique tagging system where you mark enemies with your electrical abilities before unleashing devastating homing attacks. What makes this collection special is the inclusion of gameplay refinements from later entries retroactively applied to the earlier games, creating the definitive version of the trilogy. Each game stars a different protagonist with unique abilities: Gunvolt's electricity manipulation, Copen's weapon copying, and Kieran's sword techniques, providing 3 distinct playstyles. The trilogy also features stunning anime-style cutscenes, vocal J-pop songs that play during powered-up anthem states, and challenging boss fights against other adepts with elemental powers. Star Overdrive looks to deliver the ultimate space combat experience on Switch, combining roguelite progression with twin-stick shooting and strategic ship customization. You'll pilot your vessel through procedurally generated sectors of space, each run presenting new challenges, enemy formations, and precious resources to salvage. What caught our attention is the modular shipbuilding system that lets you attach components in real time during combat. Need more firepower? Snap on another cannon mid-fight. The risk-reward decisions come from managing your limited energy between weapons, shields, and special abilities while adapting to the unpredictable enemy patterns. The visual style blends retro pixel art with modern lighting effects that make space battles look spectacular even on the Switch's handheld mode. With over 200 unique ship components to discover and combine, multiple pilot characters with special abilities, and daily challenge runs to compete on global leaderboards, Star Overdrive promises nearly endless replayability for space combat fans when it launches. Abyss takes the familiar Musu formula of Dynasty Warriors and transforms it with a dark fantasy setting and roguelite elements that promise to keep the hack-and-slash action fresh through hundreds of battles. Set in a mysteriously expanding abyss threatening to consume a medieval kingdom, you'll lead expeditions into ever-changing labyrinths filled with mythological monstrosities and rival factions. What sets this apart from other Warriors games is how each expedition changes your character, acquiring cursed weapons that offer immense power at a cost, choosing between competing blessings from rival deities, and making moral choices that permanently alter your warrior's abilities and appearance. The combat system introduces a darkness mechanic where staying too long in shadow corrupts your character, granting forbidden powers but risking permanent death if overused.
俺とやろうって後悔するよ。野郎ども、祭りの時間だぜ。食らえ！
Stellar Wanderer DX brings a massive open-world space adventure to Switch with a focus on exploration and player choice and how you navigate the cosmos. This enhanced version of the mobile space sim expands the experience with completely revamped controls tailored for Switch, dozens of new quests, and a visual overhaul that makes the celestial vistas truly pop on Nintendo's hardware. You'll choose between 4 distinct career paths: Fighter, Explorer, Trader, or Engineer, each offering unique spacecraft and mission types as you chart your course through a galaxy caught in an interstellar war. What impresses us most is the promise of seamless planetary landings, letting you transition from space dogfights to surface exploration without loading screens. The RPG elements allow deep customization of your ship's systems and your character's abilities, with decisions affecting how factions respond to you throughout the story. Monster Train 2 builds upon the ingenious vertical roguelike deck builder formula of the original with new multi-level train cars, expanded faction mechanics, and a completely new campaign structure. You'll once again defend your train from heavenly invaders, but now with 3 distinct routes to victory offering different strategic challenges and card rewards. The game introduces the aquatic and fungal clans with unique mechanics, water level manipulation affecting card stats, and fungal spore propagation, creating escalating effects over time. What has us most excited is the new conductor system, where legendary characters can permanently modify your train's capabilities between runs, creating meta progression that affects future playthroughs. MainFrames reimagines 90s cyberpunk hacking in a stylish puzzle action game that has us incredibly excited. You play as a digital ghost, a consciousness trapped in cyberspace who must navigate through corporate networks represented as neon-drenched 3D puzzles. The core gameplay revolves around manipulating data streams, redirecting security protocols, and avoiding detection while gradually piecing together the mystery of your own identity. What makes MainFrames stand out is its visual programming language that evolves from simple commands to complex algorithms as you progress, creating increasingly intricate puzzles that feel genuinely rewarding to solve. The synthwave soundtrack dynamically responds to your actions, building tension during close calls with security systems. The developers promise a branching narrative with multiple endings based on which megacorporations you choose to hack and what you do with the information you uncover. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 brings the final pieces of the classic skateboarding puzzle to Switch following the successful remaster of 1+2. These legendary titles have been rebuilt from the ground up with modern visuals while preserving the precise control and physics that made the originals so addictive. THPS 3 introduces the revert mechanic that revolutionized combo potential, while THPS 4 removed timer restrictions for more free-flowing gameplay, both innovations that completed the series' golden era. The roster includes all original pro skaters with their current likenesses, alongside new additions representing today's skateboarding scene. Every iconic level returns with enhanced details, from the Tokyo skyscraper to Alcatraz and the Carnival, alongside brand new parks designed exclusively for this collection. The Create a Park mode has been expanded with more objects and sharing capabilities, while the soundtrack blends original licensed tracks with new additions curated by Tony Hawk himself.
Attention Attention passengers, face planting of tile is strictly prohibited.
Terminator 2D No Fate tops our list by reimagining the sci-fi classic as a breathtaking side-scrolling action game that perfectly captures the franchise's essence. This pixel art tour de force alternates between playing as the T-800 Terminator in brutal combat sequences and young John Connor in stealth and hacking sections. What impressed us from the gameplay footage was the destruction physics system that lets you strategically shoot through environments and use improvised weapons just like in the films. The narrative expands beyond the T2 storyline, exploring alternate timelines where Skynet evolves differently based on your actions, creating multiple paths through the campaign. Boss battles against various Terminator models, each with unique abilities requiring different tactics, look particularly challenging and inventive. The developers have secured the likeness rights for Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton, translating their iconic characters into beautiful pixel art representations with surprisingly expressive animations. Twilight Monk looks to blend fast-paced combat with meditative exploration in a beautifully stylized ancient Asian setting. You play as a lone monk traversing a world caught between day and night, where the balance of light and darkness affects both your abilities and the challenges you'll face. The combat system emphasizes fluid movements with a unique stance-switching mechanic that changes your fighting style based on the current phase of Twilight. What caught our attention was the hand-painted art style that shifts between vibrant watercolors and ink wash paintings as the world transitions from day to night. Beyond combat, the game features environmental puzzles that require manipulating light sources and shadow positioning. With its promised soundtrack featuring traditional Asian instruments blended with ambient electronic elements, Twilight Monk appears to offer a complete sensory experience that stands out among action platformers on the Switch. Icelanders. New Shores takes the minimalist city-building formula that earned the original PC game a cult following and expands it specifically for the Switch. This relaxing strategy game has you placing buildings on procedurally generated islands to earn points and unlock new building sets. The New Shores edition adds touch controls perfectly suited for handheld play, along with exclusive island biomes like volcanic archipelagos and floating sky islands not found in other versions. What makes this game special is its distillation of city building down to pure, satisfying essentials without resource management or timers to stress about. The new Island Journey mode adds light progression elements connecting your created islands into an evolving archipelago nation. With its clean, colorful aesthetic, intuitive controls, and zen-like gameplay that you can enjoy in short bursts. The Witch of Fern Island combines life simulation with magical crafting in what looks to be a cozy yet meaningful adventure. As a novice witch exiled to a remote island, you'll gradually restore an abandoned cottage, forage for ingredients, and learn to brew potions that affect both the island's ecosystem and its inhabitants. What distinguishes this from other farming sims is how your magical abilities directly influence the world, growing impossibly large crops, changing weather patterns, or altering animal behaviors. The narrative promises to tackle themes of belonging and environmental stewardship as you uncover why the previous witch abandoned the island. The hand-drawn art style evokes storybook illustrations with seasonal changes that dramatically transform the island's appearance. With a cast of quirky island residents whose problems require increasingly complex magical solutions, a day-night cycle affecting which ingredients can be gathered, and the developer's promise of no right way to play, The Witch of Fern Island appears to offer both comfort and depth for fans of magical slice of life games. MotoGP 25 brings the premier motorcycle racing series back to Switch with surprising technical improvements that address the performance issues of previous entries. This official licensed game features all riders, teams, and tracks from the 2025 MotoGP, Moto2, and Moto3 seasons in their most accurate Switch representation yet. What impressed us from early footage was the completely revamped physics engine that offers both accessible arcade handling and a more simulation-focused option for veterans. The career mode now includes team management elements where your decisions on research and development affect bike performance throughout multiple seasons. New to this entry is a dynamic weather system that can change mid-race, forcing strategic tire choices and adaptive riding techniques. The developers have promised a solid 30 frames per second performance even in handheld mode, with a focus on smooth gameplay over visual fidelity. A smart choice for a racing game where responsiveness matters most. Absolum stands out with its unique blend of roguelike progression and psychological horror set in a shifting labyrinth that adapts to your deepest fears. You play as an amnesiac patient trying to escape a mysterious facility where the architecture itself seems alive and hostile. What makes this game particularly intriguing is how it monitors your playstyle and decision-making to personalize the horrors you'll face. Rush aggressively through areas, and the game becomes more action-oriented. Move cautiously, and it leans into atmospheric tension. The visual presentation uses a striking limited color palette that evolves based on your mental state within the game, creating a unique aesthetic that serves both style and gameplay purpose. Combat is deliberately weighty and consequential, with a focus on resource management and knowing when to confront or avoid the increasingly disturbing entities that stalk the halls. Ogu and the Secret Forest charms with its adorable protagonist, a small forest spirit equipped with an oversized leaf, in a Metroidvania adventure inspired by Japanese folklore. This hand-drawn 2D platformer centers around Ogu's unique leaf abilities that evolve throughout the journey. Initially just a gliding tool, the leaf transforms into a boat, umbrella, shield, and various other implements as you gain new powers. What caught our attention was the environmental storytelling, where the forest itself tells its history through changing seasons and ancient shrines, with no dialogue or text needed to convey its narrative. The gameplay emphasizes non-violent progression through clever environmental puzzles involving wind currents, water pathways, and light manipulation. Each area features distinct yokai-inspired forest creatures with their own behaviors and mini ecological systems. Vagrus, the Riven Realms, brings deep, narrative-driven strategy to Switch in a post-apocalyptic fantasy world where you lead a merchant caravan through dangerous wastelands. This incredibly ambitious RPG combines resource management, turn-based combat, and branching storytelling where your choices have far-reaching consequences. What stands out immediately is the dark fantasy setting, a world shattered by cosmic cataclysm where the remains of empire clash with eldritch horrors and ancient evils. The game's core loop involves planning trade routes, managing your crew's loyalty and abilities, and navigating both physical and political dangers. Combat emphasizes positioning and tactical decision-making with a unique fatigue system that makes endurance as important as strength. The developers have redesigned the UI specifically for Switch, making the complex systems more accessible on the handheld format. Trident's Tale dives into undersea adventure with a gorgeous hand-animated 2D action game that follows a young Triton warrior reclaiming her kingdom from corrupting forces. The fluid movement system allows seamless transitions between swimming, walking on the seabed, and combat, with the protagonist's Trident serving as both weapon and tool for environmental interactions. What impressed us most from gameplay demos was the dynamic water physics affecting both combat and exploration, creating and manipulating currents to solve puzzles or gain tactical advantages in battle. The world design features diverse underwater biomes, from colorful coral reefs to abyssal trenches, each with unique creatures and challenges. The progression system revolves around collecting ancient runes that enhance your Trident with elemental abilities, completely transforming how you approach combat and traversal. ULTROS captivates with its psychedelic sci-fi Metroidvania that takes place in a cosmic uterus known as the Sarcophagus, possibly the most unique setting we've seen in a game this year. You play as a stranded explorer trapped in a time loop, awakening after each cycle with your abilities reset but your knowledge intact. What makes this game instantly stand out is its extraordinary visual style. Vibrant neon colors and intricate biomechanical designs create environments that feel simultaneously alien and organic. The gameplay merges traditional Metroidvania exploration with a gardening system where you plant and nurture strange flora that persists between loops, gradually transforming hostile environments into traversable ecosystems. Combat emphasizes flowing movements and positioning rather than button mashing, with a focus on understanding enemy patterns that carry over between cycles. Hunter x Hunter, Nen X Impact tops our list as the most promising adaptation of Yoshihiro Togashi's beloved manga and anime series, capturing the complex Nen power system in an action RPG format. The game covers multiple story arcs from the Hunter exam to the Chimera Ant saga, allowing players to experience pivotal moments through the perspectives of different characters including Gon, Killua, Kurapika, and Leorio. What has us most excited is how the game implements the Nen system. Players must choose and develop their own Nen type, Enhancer, Transmuter, Conjurer, etc., with unique ability trees that affect both combat options and exploration possibilities. The cel-shaded visual style perfectly captures the anime's aesthetic while maintaining smooth performance in both intense boss battles and open exploration sections. Online features include Hunter Association missions, where players can team up to tackle powerful enemies using complementary Nen abilities. Echoes of Elysium looks to bring a fresh take on the tactical RPG genre with its unique blend of Greek mythology and time manipulation mechanics. You'll command a party of forgotten heroes trapped in a limbo-like realm, each with abilities inspired by different Greek gods. What sets this game apart is its Echo system, where you can rewind battles up to 3 turns to try different strategies, creating puzzle-like encounters that reward experimentation. The hand-painted watercolor art style gives the game a dreamlike quality that perfectly matches its mythological setting, with promises of a branching narrative where your choices affect which heroes join your party and ultimately which ending you receive. Echoes of Elysium appears to offer both strategic depth and meaningful storytelling. The developers have also confirmed a robust New Game Plus mode that introduces additional challenges and story revelations for those willing to venture through Elysium multiple times. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. The Hinokami Chronicles 2 builds upon the successful arena fighter formula of the original with expanded combat mechanics and a more comprehensive story mode. This sequel covers the Entertainment District and Swordsmith Village arcs from the anime in stunning cel-shaded visuals that look remarkably close to the source material even on Switch hardware. CyberConnect 2 has completely revamped the battle system with new breathing style stances that allow for more strategic depth, letting players switch combat combat styles mid-combo to create devastating attack sequences. The roster expands significantly with new playable demons alongside the familiar demon slayers, each with unique movesets that transform the battlefield. The game also introduces a cooperative demon patrol mode, where 2 players can team up to defeat increasingly difficult waves of demons.
And messed with your food.
Stop wriggling for a second, will ya? I'll shred you to pieces!
You're pretty good.
The GEX Trilogy returns the wisecracking Gecko to his rightful place in gaming after nearly 2 decades of absence. This collection remasters all 3 classic games: GEX, GX, Enter the Gecko, and GX3 Deep Cover Gecko with modernized controls and visual enhancements while retaining the distinct late 90s 3D platforming charm. Square Enix has confirmed that the original voice actor, Dana Gould, has returned to re-record GEX's many pop culture references, now updated for modern audiences while keeping some nostalgic classics intact. Each game has received quality of life improvements, including a new checkpoint system, camera controls that actually work, and optional assist features for younger players. The Switch version exclusively features gyro controls for certain mini-games and a new Gecko gallery showcasing previously unreleased concept art and development materials.
My name has echoed through the shadows. All those games, thought to be lost in time.
Promise Mascot Agency delivers a wholly unique gameplay experience where you manage a talent agency for professional mascot performers in a world where they're treated like celebrities. Your job involves scouting talent, booking appropriate gigs, training your mascots in various skills like dancing and crowd interaction, and managing their mental health as they deal with the pressures of performing inside a hot costume. The gameplay blends management sim elements with rhythm-based mascot performances where timing and reading the crowd's mood can make or break your agency's reputation. What makes this game particularly charming is its cast of lovable characters, each with their own reasons for choosing the mascot life and personal arcs to explore through visual novel-style narrative segments. The Switch-exclusive Costume Creator mode lets you design your own mascot outfits using hundreds of parts that can be shared online with other players.
Dead.
Samurai's Destiny revives Capcom's dormant Samurai Demon Slaying series with a faithful
Who did
remake of
this?
what many consider the best entry in the franchise.
For whom
Following
are you
the successful
working?
Resident Evil
I won't
remake
forgive
approach,
you.
This reimagining
Prepare yourself!
preserves the core gameplay of the 2002 original while completely overhauling the visuals and controls for modern hardware. You'll once again
The
step
one
into the role of
responsible
Yubei
for
Yagi
burning
as he battles
down
demons
Yagi Village is
with a redesigned combat system
Nobunaga
that
Oda.
offers more fluid swordplay while maintaining the strategic soul-absorbing mechanics fans
Use
remember.
this
Fixed camera
power
angles have been
to
replaced with
defeat
over-the-shoulder
Nobunaga.
views similar to Resident Evil 4, opening up new combat possibilities while maintaining the atmospheric tension. Capcom has expanded the relationship system with the game's core companion, adding more side quests and multiple story branches based on how you interact with allies. Sorry, We're Closed reinvents the retail management sim with a supernatural twist, putting you in charge of a mysterious shop that only opens at midnight and caters exclusively to monsters, ghosts, and other creatures of the night. Your challenges include sourcing bizarre inventory items, like authentic vampire sunscreen and werewolf breath mints, arranging your shop to accommodate customers of wildly different sizes and physical properties, and navigating the complex social politics of different monster factions. The game's standout feature is its customer interaction system, where you must learn the customs and taboos of different supernatural beings. Making eye contact with a basilisk could turn your shopkeeper to stone, while failing to compliment a banshee's singing voice might result in a deadly wail that shatters your inventory.
Can't help the feeling that maybe I trailed. The two of us is somewhat of a permanent jail. Got told it's crazy like you hit the head right on the nail. Most of my dogs hit a 180 tuck walking their tails. What we are going up and down like a seesaw. Got me going along for the ride, got me going yeehaw.
Fate, Reawakened reimagines the classic dungeon crawler for a new generation while preserving the addictive loot hunting and pet companion systems that made the original PC games so beloved. This revival maintains the accessible hack-and-slash combat where you and your transformable pet companion delve into increasingly difficult procedurally generated dungeons, but now with modernized visuals, expanded character customization, and online co-op for up to 4 players. The fishing system returns and has been expanded to include different mini-games based on fish types, with legendary catches that can be transformed into powerful pets. The Switch version features exclusive touchscreen support for inventory management and a special portable mode that allows for quick dungeon runs designed to be completed in 5 to 10 minutes for on-the-go gaming. Tales of the Shire offers the cozy Hobbit life simulator that Lord of the Rings fans have been dreaming of for years. Set in the peaceful Shire before the events of Frodo's journey, you'll create your own Hobbit and live according to their famously relaxed philosophy. Gardening, cooking, decorating your Hobbit hole, and becoming a valued member of the community through quests and relationships. The gameplay loop focuses on seasonal activities, from mushroom foraging and fishing to brewing ale and baking competition-worthy pies, all rendered in a charming art style that captures the warmth of Tolkien's beloved setting. What impressed us most from the preview footage was the attention to lore details. Familiar locations like Bag End, the Green Dragon Inn, and Buckland are recreated with loving accuracy, and you might even encounter younger versions of characters from the books.
Idyllic, quiet corner of Middle-earth can be yours. Customize your appearance, decorate your home, and settle into life in the Shire. As a newcomer to the little haven of Bywater, you'll befriend your neighbors, work together to solve problems, and even share a meal. Or 3. Explore.
Lost in Random, The Eternal Die continues the dark fairy tale adventure of the original with an expanded gameplay system that further develops its unique blend of card-based combat, real-time action, and stop-motion-inspired world. Returning to the Kingdom of Random, you'll play as Odd, Even's twin sister, who must navigate the 6 realms ruled by a mysterious new entity that has overthrown the previous queen. The core dice and card combat system returns with significant enhancements, now featuring multiple dice companions with different abilities, a larger deck of 40+ potential cards, and the ability to create persistent builds across playthroughs. The sequel introduces rideable mounts for each realm, puzzle solving that manipulates probability itself, and a morality system where your choices between order and chaos affect both your abilities and how the story unfolds.
But if you do, lucky me.
Pokémon Legends Z-Day tops our list as the most anticipated Switch game, reimagining the beloved Kalos region from Pokémon X and Y in a revolutionary new way. Taking the open zone exploration of Pokémon Legends Arceus but flipping the concept on its head, Z-A is set in a near-future Lumiose city undergoing a major urban redevelopment project. As a member of the restoration team, you'll transform the sprawling metropolis district by district, reshaping the urban landscape while uncovering mysteries connected to the legendary Pokemon Zygarde and its forms. Game Freak has confirmed the return of Mega Evolution, alongside a brand new transformation system tied to Zygarde's cells and cores. The battle system evolves further from Legends, Arceus with new real-time elements during trainer battles and a reimagined approach to Pokemon habitats within urban environments. The game introduces architectural styles as a core mechanic, allowing players to design and rebuild Lumiose City in different aesthetic themes that attract different types of Pokemon to each district.
Longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper hand. Lead your partner Pokemon through battles and dodge incoming attacks. Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash.
And there you have it, the top 30 upcoming Nintendo Switch games that should definitely be on your radar. From cozy life sims to action-packed adventures and exciting new Pokemon experiences, the future of Switch gaming continues to look incredibly bright. Which of these games are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments. And if I missed any upcoming Switch titles you're looking forward to, share those too. If you enjoyed this countdown, hit that like button and subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss our reviews when these games finally release. Until next time.